Yes, people, Mr. L Rock ranting right now. So, the topic is single mothers. Now, I saw this clip a while ago, but as you can see, the channel's quite new. So, this was from a podcast called The Domino Effect and had Mr. Sarah Garvey, he's the only one I recognize, and it had a single mum. Now, I want you to take a look at this. And then after, tell me what you think.
I would rather him have me and our family, the whole family, rather than an ain't shit dad. If you're watching this, you know you ain't shit. Influencing him, and it's the fucking truth. I'm not talking that every baby mum should be talking like this, but if you know, then you know he's nuts. And it's some influences. I know it's a hard...
And you're not?
No, I'm not saying I'm not nuts, but not in that way. As you see, I raised my child, and I would never harm them. Some people would harm others.
It's
and
indirect
not.
harm, though, isn't it? Because
no, it's not indirect harm.
Because I feel
this
like
is not what I'm talking about. That's not.
No, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like this is the, and I'll let you girls chime in after as well. But then there's also the element of accountability here as well. It's like you was going to ask your friends, would you have a kid out of wedlock? And you was like, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be your answer.
But how is accountability on us
because
to be having a child out of wedlock when this nigga busting me and got me pregnant? You want to fuck off, and now it's on me for accountability when you want to fuck off.
Hang on.
No.
It's a woman's choice to have the child.
No.
See, at this point, she is deep in her feelings. Gun fingers, clapping hands, deep in her feelings. Anyway, continue.
Hang on.
No.
You said he bust in you.
But you know, as you said earlier, if you busting someone, you know what's going to happen.
No, but hang on a minute.
What do you mean accountability?
Are you not head of security for your own vagina?
I'm allowed to have a child if someone busts me.
But are you not head of security for your own vagina? Right. So you can't say he never busting you. Like it wasn't. I'm guessing it wasn't. You can't just say, he busting me. You allowed him to do that.
That's not what we're talking about. But you can't just put it on girls to say, I got impregnated. Because who impregnated me? I didn't impregnate myself.
But this is why the gate. Listen,
I did not impregnate myself. The full blame should not keep being put on women because they got pregnant by niggas that are out here impregnating women.
But Didi,
everyone's involved.
We're gonna break this down.
I'm not saying it's blaming on the man. I'm saying it's split. You are saying it's blaming on the woman. My baby, if you want to fuck off, then you can fuck off.
Our baby mothers,
are
they planned? Because this is what I'm trying to understand the culture. Do you get what I'm saying?
Because
was your child?
My child was planned. Like my child was planned. So like, is it because like, do we get this culture of baby mother, baby father because children are not planned?
Oh, that is. Do
you get what I'm saying? Because it's different when you say to me. Because I said I know with my situation, I planned my son. Like my son was planned, so it wasn't a surprise. I didn't think, oh my God, we got to go and do this and da, da, da. My son was actually planned. But a lot of the time when people are having these relationships and stuff, when stuff's not planned, it messes everything up.
Actually, that's an interesting point you just touched on, because that's kind of where I was going at when I asked the question, is that what feeds into the culture is just this kind of blasé of just going in and having fun, and then the byproduct is a baby. Because I think now we're starting to understand a lot of the negative connotations that comes with single parent homes and the effects that has on the kid. So with that knowledge, one, why is it still normalized just to have kids willy-nilly? And two, like, if you understand this, is that why is it so simple?
I would say saying having kids willy-nilly is a very vast and out there statement, because someone could say I had a child willy-nilly because I was with him and then he did all the things he did, so why did I have the kids?
Was it planned?
It wasn't planned, but it was that we lived together in a house. As to that it happened wasn't a shock to anybody.
You were
it
serious
was the next
enough,
step.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like that was the next thing to happen.
Majority of the children aren't even planned anyway.
No.
Let's be realistic. No.
But then maybe that's the problem.
That
maybe
feeds
that's
into the culture.
the problem.
Because obviously, if we're seeing the breakdown of the nuclear home as a consequence of people just having kids, just like the mother, father, children.
What am I saying? Not having a child planned while being in wedlock is very different to not having.
Alright, so before I unpack what's going on in this video, first of all, my philosophy. A child needs both parents. Now, there's a lot of this talk with single mums. I'm the mum, I'm the dad. No, mum, you can't be dad because that's dad. It's not gonna work. When you're raising a child, whether that be a boy or a girl, a female needs to see how a male operates, how he talks, how he walks, how he interacts with females, how he's treated, how he treats people. These are all things that you can't sit down and talk to a child about. It's something that is learned by the behavior. Even for boys, they need to know how you speak to females. If you have an argument, how you resolve it, how you compromise, and how you don't live in emotion. Right, go into this clip now. You can see early on that this female is very aggressive. She's got a very aggressive nature, just the way she talks. Now, the level of disrespect, whether she feels a certain way about her baby father, he's this, you ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. But she chose him. She chose him. And we all know there are two sides to every story. Now, from what I've seen in this one little clip, you don't want to fight this woman. What do you want to fight for? Sometimes, you know, as a dad, you just have to sit back, wait for them to make their mistake, and wait until your child's of a certain age where mum can't cope no more and they've just got to come to you. I'm not saying that that's the way, and I'm not saying that's easy, but I'm just saying sometimes. Now, you can see the defensiveness of her instantly. Why? Because she's still in her emotions. Now, this brings me on to the point of when raising a child, the difference between a single father and a single mother is, have you ever woke up? I can only speak from my point of view. You don't know what mood your mum's going to be in as a female. She could be happy. She could be sad. She could be on a cycle. She could have just gone for a breakup. She could have been this, that, and the other. You just don't know. You could ask for cereal and just get your head beaten. Or you could ask for cereal and get pancakes. You know, you just don't know where you're coming from. The difference is with dads, and the importance of dads is you always, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to speak for everyone because there are some emotional guys out there. I can't speak for everyone. But 9 times out of 10, the way you come to me today is the way I'm going to be today. Same way I'm going to be tomorrow, next week, the week after. Now, I could be going through all sorts. I could be going through, you know, debt issues, relationship issues. It doesn't matter. We don't live emotionally. And the problem is with that, with single mothers raising boys, they raise emotional boys. Now, the problem with raising emotional boys is emotion plus testosterone equals aggression equals unable to cope, which means when a situation presents, that child acts out, becomes aggressive, wants to fight, troublesome in school, etc., etc. We all know that the single parent mother, you know, that whole scenario is linked to lots of people in prison, lots of people on the streets, this, that, yada, yada, yada. We've heard it to death. So the point I'm making is that fathers are highly important, and it's not all about what they say to their children, it's what they see. Your child needs to see how you walk, how you talk, how you operate, how you navigate life. You can't explain this, especially as a female. You can't explain this. And that aggressive behavior, there's no need for it. When did that become a thing? Oh, just sit down. You ever seen mums doing that? Oh, just sit down. They're not really doing anything. Like, they're sitting in the doctor's waiting room and they're bored. Just sit down and wait until you get home. Brr. There's just no need. There's no need. That's how mothers and fathers operate different. As for the accountability factor, there is never any accountability. There's never none. Oh, well, you bust up inside me and listen to the language. That's not wifey material. When this nigger and effing this and effing that and you ain't shit. Who wants that? Who does that belong to? What kind of a man takes that on? Tell me if you would take it on. And if you would, tell me why. Because I just can't seem to understand those nails. You know, what kind of a privileged life do you lead where you can have nails like that? Somebody else wiping your ass? Just let me know. So with the aggression and this clapping hands when speaking, so bugbear. But anyway, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think.